the Small One, written by George Anthony Coase, illustrated by Begona Corbalan. First question: what does the main character learn about herself in this story? Connections: writing and art. Draw a picture of yourself. Label the picture with at least 5 things you like about yourself. Math. Measure the height of some classmates. Record the heights and put them in the order from shortest to tallest. At 8 years old, I'm smaller than everyone else my age. When I walk in the house at school, I have to squeeze in between the bigger kids to get by. Sometimes they bump into me or stepped on my toes. Sorry, Sofa, I didn't see you, they say. At the playground, little kids always want to play with me. Some even try to boss me around. Don't climb up that big slide, little girl. One kindergarten gardener warned me last week. You might fall or hurt yourself. I think I'll be okay, I said. She watched me slide down, her mouth gaping open. My best friend, Casey, is one of the tallest kids in second grade. Her legs are so long that when she walks, I have to jog to keep up with her. Sometimes grown-ups ask her, "Who's your little friend?" One day, while I was over at Casey's house, her grandma thought Casey was babysitting me. "This is Sophie," Casey explained, "my best friend." "How sweet," her grandma said. She leaned toward me and smiled brightly. "What grade are you in, Sophie?" she asked. "Second grade," I answered. She blinked in amazement, then glanced over at Casey. "Is that true?" she asked. That really rubbed me the wrong way. I used to try myself taller whenever I could. My posture was perfect, straight as an arrow. I hung from the tree in our backyard to stretch out my limbs. I ate all my vegetables, even the Brussels sprouts. Every day I measured myself to see if I'd grown any taller, but I was the same height every time. I was frustrating. "Don't worry," Mom said. "I don't let my size slow me down. And neither should you. Besides, being small has its advantages." I studied Mom in surprise, but I'd never thought of her as small, but I suppose she is. Still, I couldn't see any advantage to it. One day, Mrs. Alvarez announced to the class that we'd be putting on a spring play. "You should try out for the lead group." Casey encouraged me. "I don't think I'll get it," I sighed. "Mrs. Alvarez probably wants someone bigger. Once she sees how good you are, you'll get the part." At the audition, I waited with my classmates in the back of the auditorium. When it was my turn, I walked up to the center of the stage. I had practiced all the lines, but I never got a chance to deliver them. "Sophie," Mrs. Alvarez cried, "you'll be perfect as the elf. You're just the right size for the costume." When auditions were finished, Mom was waiting outside for me. Mrs. Alvarez made me an elf, I grumbled. That sounds like fun, she said. I don't want to be in the play anymore, I said. Oh, honey, she said, I know you didn't get the part you wanted, but I also know you love acting. I bet you be the best elf in the play. That won't be hard to do, I thought, since I'm the only elf in the play. I only had 2 lines, but I went to rehearsals just to please Mom and Dad. Mia got the lead role, a girl wandering through a magical fairy forest in search of her lost dog. In the last scene, she finds a box under a giant mushroom. When she opens it, guess what jumps out? Mrs. Alvarez's dog. Prince, I played the dog role. She brought him to on the rehearsals. When she was not on stage, he wasn't on stage, we got to play with him. He liked all the attention from the other kids, but he seemed to like me best. The night of the show, my first line came early. Let's ask the fairy queen. Dramatic stuff, since my only other line was toward the end. I waited off stage, taking turns scratching Prince and scratching myself. As a bonus, the elf costume fit me not only like a glove but like a thick, itchy glove. When it was time for the great final, Mrs. Alvarez placed Prince inside the box, and then the box was brought on stage. When Mia opened the box, Prince jumped out as planned, but he jumped into the giant mushroom, which fell over, not planned. Before Mrs. Alvarez could catch him, the frightened dog leaped off the stage and disappeared underneath it. Mrs. Alvarez caught him, but he whimpered and refused to come out. The lights came on in the theater, and the audience started to fidget in the seats. The entire class gathered at the edge of the stage. How are we going to get him out of there? Mrs. Alvarez asked. I'm smart enough to squeeze under there, I said. I'll get him. I crawled through the dust and the cobwebs beneath the stage until I reached Prince. In the dark, I could hardly see him, but as I talked to him softly, he licked my face. When we emerged together, the audience clapped and cheered. I guess every dog has its day. In fact, we got more applause than the stars at the end of the show. My parents were proud, and so I was. Was I. After that, I stopped worrying so much about my size. In fact, I decided that Mom was right. After all, being small has advantages.